everybody, for today's video I'm going to be doing a full face makeup look using nothing but drugstore products. And I'm also going to give you a little hint partway through showing you what you can do when your foundation color is just a little too dark for you or even just a little too light. So stay tuned and be on the lookout for that. But let's get started so you can see how I took this look into this. Well, hello everybody, and in case you are wondering, hey Karen, where was your video on Tuesday? We missed you. Well, I had a very good reason for missing recording and getting a video out. You see, my new granddaughter Perry was born on Monday. So this is her. She's gorgeous, she's just perfect, and this is me holding her. So all is well, I finally have my new granddaughter, so let's get on with this video. We're going to start with the Wet n Wild primer for my face. This is a very thick consistency to it, so a little bit goes a long way, and it's very hydrating. Works really good, and I'm just going to rub that in all over to get things ready for concealer. Now, I do not have a drugstore color corrector. However, I do have this LUSH Contouring Kit that has a peach corrector in it. Now it's very thick, so I'm going to use this brush that I have by BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to use just a very little bit. My dark circles are even darker right now because I really haven't slept very much for the last couple of days with the new baby coming in and getting a phone call at 4:30 in the morning that my daughter's water had broken. So I'm just lightly putting this on the blue areas and using a very light hand with the brush because of the fact that that is so thick. Again, I'm just showing you the brush by BH Cosmetics. This is just a dupe for a beauty blender that I had laying around. I don't honestly remember where I got this one from. So now I am going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. I am in the color 204. Yes, I know this color is too dark for me, but I cannot find my correct color that I do have in the house. But I'm going to show you a little trick for correcting the color in just a little bit. And what I should have done is just shown you a little bit how this was too dark of a color on me. But for some reason I decided to go ahead and just put this all over my face to show you how it was indeed just too dark. So yes, I look like I have on a lot of really bad fake tan. Sorry about that. So I'm just tapping that in with the Beauty Blender, just trying to get that spread out evenly all over my face. Especially when you're so far off on the color, if you don't blend it out properly, then you just look all blotchy and icky. So here is my little tip that I use. I picked up the Manic Panic Dreamtone, and this is in white. I will leave a link down below. You can get this off of Amazon. And what you do is you just mix a very small amount in with your foundation. So start off with just the teeniest little amount, and keep blending away, adding more as you need to until you get to the color that you need to be at to match your skin tone. So I am blending and adding more, and blending and adding more, and blending and adding more. And this still came out probably a little too dark. I could have kept going a little bit more on that, but for the sake of time, I just wanted to get this video going for you. And again, because I'm going on top of a darker color, it still didn't come out quite looking the right color on my face, but you can see that it is indeed a much lighter color on my face now. And again, I'm only showing you half of my face this time so you can see the color difference as well. But that's my little trick for making colors work if your foundation is just too dark. Now, if you have a foundation that is too light, what you could do is pick up the Color FX Custom Color Drops and get one that is just a little bit darker for your skin tones, and you can add a drop or two into your foundation And that will allow you to make it darker, or just take a foundation that you have laying around that is just too dark and mix that in with it. And now I have that fairly well blended in. I just need to get it around my jaw and my hairline really well. Just make sure that you have it blended out all over, because again, I was going on top of a dark color. I just want to make sure that I get that blended in as good as possible. Now, let me show you one more trick that I have. I know we all have some foundations that we just really want to love, but they're just too thick for us. So I am taking this one that is thick as can be, and what I have is for this one I'm going to use my Clinique oil drops. And you can basically use any type of an oil, but we're not talking your Crisco or your Wesson oil here. A facial oil is what you want to use, and just take the tiniest little drop, mix that in. I'm just using the back of my hand again, and I am blending those together until I get a smooth consistency, and it's just the perfect foundation then for my face. So as you see. So now we are going to move on to the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. This is an oldie but a favorite of mine. So I've used it for many years. Not this actual tube, mind you, but I love this stuff. It goes on very thick and very creamy. Does not settle into my fine lines and wrinkles that I do have. Do not use this sponge in any way, shape, or form to try and blend this out. You'll want to use a regular beauty blender or whatever brush it is that you do use for your concealer. So again, I am going ahead and using just one of those generic beauty blenders that I seem to have laying all over my house. And again, I'm tapping that in lightly. Tap, tap, tap. Get in on my eyelids as well, because I want to cover up all that darkness I have. And I like to use that as my base for my eyeshadows as well. Now, when I move on to my face powder, I'm using the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. And I'm using my dupe for the Artiste brush, as I always do. This stuff smells like my grandmother. I have not been using this very long. I really, really enjoy it, but the scent is a little bit overwhelming. Luckily, it goes away right away, but when you're first applying it, wow. So I am tapping out my concealer again, just to make sure I have all of the wrinkles and everything kind of blended out, and then I am putting that in all the areas that I applied the concealer. Still using that same brush again. And then, as you might have noticed, I took the concealer onto my jawline as well. I do that to kind of highlight that area, because it really helps my contour stand out quite a bit more. So now I'm going to take this fluffy brush. I don't even remember where I got it from. It's just one of those cheap little brushes that you pick up. I don't think I spent more than like $3 on it somewhere. And I'm using that just to kind of put some more of the Airspun loose powder all over my face. I'm not putting a lot on, just enough to set that. Now, this is a new product I'm trying out. It is the Patrice Contour Powder Kit there. And I am using the Ashy Radiance one. There's two different colors. This is a Real Techniques brush, and I am lightly tapping that in to go in and contour my cheeks. And then after I get that done, I don't want to go in real heavy with this, but it still turned out pretty dark, as I can see now. I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. contouring brush, and as you can see, besides it being dirty, This one has very flat, and what I like about that is it allows me to take just the very tip of the edges on that, and I can easily contour my nose. So what I do is I lay it flat along one side of my nose where I want the line to be. Once I have it in position, then I just go up and down, and then I can do it on the other side. Now, I'm left-handed, so I have better control of my left hand compared to the right hand. So as you can see, my right hand kind of moves around a bit. And then I do the same thing, just on an angle right along my jawline there. And I just make one slow line straight across the jawline. And then I go back to that Real Techniques brush to buff that out. First I go back and forth, and then I take it down, keeping that line straight right at the jawline. And then I also take it along the nose again and buff that in towards the bridge of the nose. I noticed that on the right side I didn't quite get enough to match up with the left side of my nose, so I went ahead and corrected that. And then I'm going in with my Essence Sun Club bronzer in the color Blondes. And you can see I have used the heck out of that one. Almost time to get another one. This brush, again, another brush. I don't remember where I got it from. I have a lot of those. And I'm just going in and bronzing up my face a little bit there. So I'm going to take that up my cheeks, onto my forehead, and then I'm also going to go around my jawline, onto my neck a little bit. Since I tended to go a little bit too dark, I'll bring some of the color down onto my neckline a little bit. And hopefully it won't be as noticeable that way. This one I've been so excited to try. This is the Wet n Wild Gold Highlighting Bar. As you can see, there's two colors inside. The small little star has kind of a pinky color to it, and I wish it was a lot bigger. And then you've got a lot of the gold. I was so disappointed. I placed my order to also get all their loose eyeshadow pigments. Here, let me show you the colors there. You can kind of see the difference. And then like 2 days before I was supposed to get the order, I get an email from them saying, "We're sorry, we oversold all of the eyeshadow pigments. Here's your refund." But anyway, also I had picked up this Essence little glow kit that they have. It's got a couple eyeshadows in it as well. And it does have this, I took the brush out there, these are all bronzers, and then it's got the white highlighter, but here's all the colors in that as well. So those are some great colors, but those would be awesome colors to use on your eyeballs, girls. So just wanted to show you that. That's kind of a bonus there. But back to the Wet n Wild palette, I am barely dipping into this, and I mean like tapping into it, and look at that color. Go very, very light-handed. So I'm using a Real Techniques brush to do this. And I'm also taking it just a little bit up on the sides of my temples. But that's got a lot of pigmentation to it. So get your hands on this one. You will want it. It's gorgeous. And I'm taking just a tap on the nose. And again, I barely dipped my finger in that. I just tapped it, and it put a lot on my nose. So awesome. Now let's go into my Palladio. This is the matte bronzer in Peach Ice, and I'm putting that on with another Real Techniques brush. And of course I will follow that up with my favorite other second blush that I always go in with, and that is the Maybelline Fit Me Blush, and this is in the color Light Rose. If you're new to my videos, you're probably going, why is she putting on two different blushes? Well, I always say you never blush in one color. You blush in two different colors, so why not put two different colors on your face and give your face a little bit of extra dimension? That's why. Okay, now my eyebrows, of course, I just recently got those tattooed, so I don't have to really do much to them, but I do need to go in and get them still filled in a little bit. They need to have a little bit more work done, so I'm going in with the Almay brow pencil, and this is in the color, I believe, light blonde. And I just have just a couple little areas I need to touch up, so I still need to hear from her when I'm going back in to get my touch-up work done, but I love them. And my next video I'm going to be recording is going to be on my whole experience of getting my brows done, so be on the lookout for that. Now we're going to move on to the eyes, and I am doing the Maybelline Earthy Elements palette and also the CoverGirl True Naked Eyeshadow, but I'm holding up roses when I actually use the Nudes palette. So I'm using a lot of different brushes, including Wet n Wild, e.l.f., and BH Cosmetic brushes on my eyes. So I am going to start out with the Maybelline palette, and I am taking this taupe color here. I'm going to use that as my transition color. And I'm taking a BH Cosmetic brush. I am keeping this well above my lid, and I am basically going in an arch shape. So I'm taking this up higher in the center. Now, because I have hypothyroidism, I do have hooded eyes, and that makes my upper eyelid come down and kind of disguise my where my crease is in my eyes. So by tricking the other people looking at me to see that I have kind of made my own crease in my eyes is what I do. So by taking that into an arch, I elongate where my crease is. So anyway, I'm bringing that up higher, and then I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush and blend that out very well. Start out taking it in, and then I do just circular motions and then the windshield wiper motion going back and forth until it's just blended out beautifully. Now I'm going to go into this brownish color here, tapping off again. I am again staying off of the eyelid and going into the crease area a little bit more. I am not going all the way in. I'm just going into the center of the lid, maybe a little bit further in. And again with the blending brush, I'll try that again, doing the same motions again. I just want to blend that out really well. And then I will repeat that on the other side as well. But again, we're doing the same motions, circular, circular, windshield wiper motions. Nothing looks worse than you spending all this time putting on all these eyeshadows and you don't blend them and they look very harsh. So blend away until your hand is numb. Now I'm taking a smaller brush, actually it's the same one, and I am going into orange. Tap that off, we want just a little bit, and this one you can kind of see that powder is really coming off of there. So don't be afraid of going in. I have blue eyes, and orange is a great color for blue eyes. And I'm going to have that showing up here in just a little bit, showing you what colors go great with what eyes. And then we're blending again. I want to keep doing that. And if you ever go in and blend and you've kind of realized you need to add more colors, go back and add more colors. It's okay to do that. Okay, I think we're pretty well blended, so let's get started on the lids. Now I'm actually going into the Nudes palette, not the Roses palette that I showed you earlier. And I am going to use a flat brush this time, and a fairly small flat brush. I'm going into this third color over, and yes, this is a metallic-y sheen to it. And I'm going to place this all over my lid. And the reason I want to use a flat brush with this is I want to take advantage of that sharp edge that it has, and I want to create a very sharp detailed line right on my lid. What I really want to do is have a very sharp line to show my lid compared to my crease. So that's really going to help with my hooded eyes. Now I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Master Precise Skinny Eyeliner. Of course, this is in black. This is something I do all the time. I don't think I ever skip this step. And I go in and I tightline my waterline with this, both upper and lower. And I do this because it really helps make my eyes pop. Otherwise, I just kind of feel naked without it. Don't know why, but I love it. So now I'm going to go in with this brown on a flat brush. And here's all my little tips on what colors look good on different colored eyes. But again, blue eyes, they look great with browns, orange, and golds as well. So I am going in with the brown, and I am tightlining just right along the lower lash line with that. And then I followed up with the orange. So as you can see now, my left eye is totally popping with blue compared to the right eye. So let's balance the other eye out. I'll go in with the brown and follow up with the orange on that. I did make sure I blended that out just a little bit too, and we'll move on to mascara. I am trying out the CoverGirl Full Lash Blue Mascara for the very first time. And I'm going to see how I like this. This is what the brush looks like. So it's not a natural bristle brush, but it's synthetic. So we'll go with the lower lashes. No, really not this fast. Of course I'm speeding this up. First coat didn't quite add an awful lot, but again, this is a brand new tube, and it usually doesn't the very first go around. Sometimes, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but for me with mascara, sometimes you have to use it a few times before you really seem to get a lot of the product coming out on it. So, but I did go in off camera and add a second coat of the mascara, and I ended up being very pleased with it. And speaking of being very pleased, I actually went from this look to this, and I did add the Maybelline Color Jolt lipstick in the color Strip Down, and I love it. So, thanks so much for watching, and please make sure that you do subscribe, and feel free to give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and leave any comments as well. Till next time, bye-bye.